morning class. For today's lecture on geography, we will be learning about the lithosphere, the rock system and its classification. In our previous classes, we have already covered topics such as India's frontier and boundaries, India's railway network. Then we have moved on to other topics such as the drainage pattern. In drainage pattern, we have learned about the Indus river system. Where does the river start? What are its tributaries? All those. From there, we have gone on to the Ganga river system, the Yamuna river system. Where does Ganga start? What Bhagirati's origination. All those we have already covered. We have also covered the Brahmaputra river system. Where does it start? The Sangpo river, where it takes a U-turn. The different tributaries. All this we have completed. For today's class, we will be going on to rocks and the classification. From the perspective of CDS, in geography, we get two parts, right? We have Indian geography, we have physical geography. In Indian geography, we have already covered topics. As I said before, it's your drainage, your frontier, your boundaries, your borders, your lines, the Himalayas, the plains. All these are part of Indian geography. And in physical geography, we have the rock system, we have volcanoes, we have ocean currents, we have wind, jet stream, we have your planes, the names of the planes. So all these play a crucial role from physical geography perspective. So let's start today's class. So firstly, we come on to petrology. So what is petrology? So petrology is the branch of geology which is specifically connected or concerned with rocks, their composition, structure, origination. Then we have the definition of rock. What is a rock? So naturally occurring solids. So naturally occurring solid aggregates of one or more minerals or mineral is a rock. Petrology, the specific branch of geology concerned with origin, composition and structure of rocks. Then we have significance. So fundamental for understanding Earth's history, crustal evolution and resource distribution, right? So there is a very important key fact here. So the Earth's crust is made up of 95% igneous rock and sedimentary rock form rest of the 75%. Now we come on to something which we often hear, which is lithosphere. So what is lithosphere? So lithosphere refers to the rigid outer part of the Earth consisting of the crust and upper mantle, right? Lithosphere refers to the rigid outer part of the Earth consisting of the crust and upper mantle. So the three rock system. So firstly, we have igneous rock. So how is igneous rock formed? It's formed from the solidification of molten magma or lava. Then we have sedimentary rock. It's formed from the accumulation and lithification of sediment derived from pre-existing rocks. And finally, we have metamorphic rock. It's formed by the alteration of pre-existing rocks due to heat and pressure. So the important things to remember are igneous rock formed through magma lava, sedimentary, it's as a word suggests, formed from sediments, and metamorphic, it's formed due to heat and pressure. So these are the important points from this slide. Now this is something important. How are rocks classified? So rocks are primarily classified based on their mode of formation, right? So now we come on to igneous rock or the primary rock system. So firstly we have formation. So direct solidification of molten material, magma molten rock below the surface, lava molten rock is on the surface. Key characteristics: crystalline structure, hard and massive, and no layers and no fossils. Now we have classification of igneous rock. We have intrusive or plutonic, formed below Earth's surface. Its slow cooling allows large crystals to form, for example, granite. Then we have extrusive, formed at or near the Earth's surface. Rapid cooling results in small microscopic crystal, for example, basalt and obsidian. Now we come on to the process of sedimentary rock. So as we learned, igneous rock, it's formed due to molten magma and lava. So sedimentary rock. So it's formed either through weathering. So what is weathering? Rock breaking down into smaller pieces. It's through erosion, through deposition, compaction, or cementation. So these are the ways through which sedimentary rocks are formed. Stratification, it refers to the layering found specifically in sedimentary rocks. Finally, we come on to metamorphic rock. So metamorphic rocks are made from fragments of pre-existing rocks. Its classification by grain size is conglomerate, sandstone, or shale. So chemically formed precipitation of dissolved minerals from water, organically formed accumulation of plant or animal debris. For example, in chemically formed, we have limestone, gypsum, halite. Organically, we have coal and chalk. So these are the characteristics of sedimentary system. There is distinct layers of strata, contains fossils, generally softer, more crumbly. Then these are the examples. Finally, we come on to metamorphic rocks. So metamorphic rock is formed due to heat and pressure. So pressure is from tectonic activity or burial or stress, and heat is from magma or geothermal gradient. So rocks changed by PVT, pressure, volume, and temperature. This is very important from the perspective of CDS and NDA exam. So rocks formed by PVT is your metamorphic. So classification of metamorphic rocks, we have foliated and non-foliated. So in foliated, it is layered or banded appearance due to mineral alignment under pressure. And non-foliated is no layered texture, massive structure. For example, marble and quartz. So here are the parent rock and metamorphic offspring. From limestone, we have marble, sandstone, quartzite, shells, slate, granite is gneiss, and coal is graphite. So with this, we have come to the end of this chapter. So what we have learned about the various rock systems such as igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rock. We have learned how they are formed. For example, igneous is formed through lava activities such as magma or lava. We've learned sedimentary rocks. They are softer than igneous rock. They are formed through sediments. There are various factors through which sedimentary rocks are formed, such as erosion, weathering, cementation. Finally, we move on to metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rocks are formed through PVT. So that is the important part: pressure, volume, and temperature. So that's all for today's class. We'll be meeting our next class. Thank you.